right, let's talk mortgage rates because I keep hearing about it from a lot of people, thinking that the mortgage rates have dropped because the Fed dropped the interest rate, right? So that's what happens, isn't it? Isn't that what happens? Well, in the infamous words of Lee Corso, we might say, not so fast, my friends. When we look at the mortgage rates, they're really controlled more by the 10-year Treasury bond. So we got to look at what happens with the 10-year Treasury bond rather than the Fed rate. So for instance, before the last Fed rate drop, the day before, interest rates were at the lowest point they've been in over a year. The day of the interest rate drops, they jumped up almost a quarter of a point. Because it's controlled more by the Treasury bond, the 10-year Treasury bond, than it is the Fed rate. So I've seen lenders, emailing out, sending out marketing stuff. Hey, Fed dropped the rates. Time for you to get in the market. It's time. This is your moment. And it's not entirely honest when we're looking at it. We've got to remember it's the 10-year Treasury bond. So mortgage rates actually went up. They're not as low as they were several weeks ago now. So that said, is it a bad time to buy a house? It's not really. Prices are dropping and buyers have more bargaining power than they really ever have. Not ever have, but have in a long time. So it's not a bad time to be jumping in the market. It's not a bad time to be looking at buying a home. Remember, once interest rates do drop, more people enter the market. What happens when you have higher demand? Prices go back up. So if you want a time to buy where there's not a whole lot of competition, you got a whole lot of buying power, now's the time to think about it. It's not a bad time to do it. So we've been able to help a number of people lately get some really great deals on houses in our area. So if you're looking to buy or sell, give me a call. We'd love to talk to you about that. Kind of give you some advice, some consultation there. And that's always free. The advice and the consultation is free. Sit down and tell you what your home is worth, and sit down and talk about buying if it's really the right time or not for you. And I want to be honest, in the whole process. So if you have questions, let me know, and let's get out there and find some homes.